Have you ever felt rejected? Like your dreams were just out of your reach? Or maybe you feel like you're stuck in your current situation, waiting and waiting to get to where you really want to be. I know I have. And I know that this story will encourage you to keep going. So you'll want to stick around until the end to see how you can apply it to your life. When I was a little boy, we lived down the street from our high school. And I don't know if you know anything about Texas and how big it is to have marching bands and Friday night lights. And it was in this time that the movie Drumline with Nick Cannon was a huge deal. So I was beginning to be obsessed with the idea of playing drums in a marching band. And where we live, I could hear the drumline practicing across the street when I would go play outside. And for some reason, I was drawn to the instrument. So of course, my family, being encouraging in this, went out and bought me a little toy drum set, and I'd beat it to pieces. And then eventually I worked my way up to getting a first act drum set, which if you know anything about that brand, it's like a Walmart brand. And it did not last very long, you could say, because of course that got beat to pieces as well. And there was this moment in my life that I was just always drawn to the drums, to rhythm, but I never really could pursue it. And then when I got to the 6th grade, this is when you could first try out to be in a marching band. And of course, what did I do? I got excited and I signed up and I went and I tried out for the drum line. And when I tried out, I thought I was nailing it. But when they sent the letter back, they said, no, you're not a drummer. Maybe you'd be a better fit to play trumpet. And I was like, nah, I'm good, fam. I'll stick with baseball and football. You can keep your stinking trumpet. Thinking back now, it's such a silly kid moment. I probably would have enjoyed trumpet, but God had a different plan for me. And it was in that moment of rejection, young 6th grade me couldn't handle it. And I was like, drums are dumb. I'm writing them off forever. I'm never going to pick up a drum again. So I basically completely stopped playing, and altogether until years later, I fell in love with rapping and I became a rapper, which in a sense is kind of like being a drummer with your mouth, I guess you could say. But it was just through the Holy Spirit and being connected and involved in my church again, I found my way back to sitting at the throne, sitting at this instrument that I used to love so dearly. And when my youth pastors turned lead pastors planted the church that we are in currently, I was the main sound guy. I even went to college for music production, but my heart was still connected and drawn to the drums. And I started playing again, just for fun in my spare time. I learned a little bit about tracks and metronomes, and as I began to pick up these drums again, even just as a hobby, I really had this idea of if I keep practicing and if I keep playing, I was going to play for our worship band one day. And I finally practiced and practiced and practiced. At the time, I was still living at home, so I'm sure my family loved hearing my joyful noise. Yeah. But when it came time that our church needed another drummer, I saw my opportunity. And when I tried out, we were actually portable at the time. So I got to try out on our current drummer's drum set while the rest of the teams were setting up and tearing down. And as I'm playing through on his kit, thinking, maybe I've got this, maybe I don't, I end this song with a big cymbal crash. And one of the cymbals actually fell off the stand. And I feel like that was a beautiful expression of that moment, because you could say I failed miserably. So I went back to the drawing board. I could have thrown in the towel again like I did back in 6th grade, but something in me, I had this fire inside of me knowing that no, God's not done with me. I began to practice and continued to still run sound, which I became fairly great at, but I still knew that playing drums was going to be in my future. So I continued to play and practice and practice and practice. And it finally came time for tryout number 2. And this time I made our worship band. And actually fast forward a little bit to today, and I'm still playing as one of our main drummers at our campus. And now even teaching the future generations how to play. Now I say all this to say is don't give up on your dreams and don't neglect your preparation time, because it's in the preparation time. Yeah, it is in that time of sharpening our axe. It is in that time of cultivating those gifts and talents that are inside of us that God has given us, and then we can truly go on to do amazing things. Now, how does this apply to your life? Because I'm sure, just like me, deep within you, there's a passionate dream burning, an unwavering vision of success that consumes your every waking moment. However, it is vital to understand that a dream without actions or plans are merely fantasies. It is in the preparation. It is in that relentless pursuit of personal growth, development of the necessary skills and gifts, but most importantly, it's in the understanding of your true purpose and calling that sets you on the trajectory of making an eternal impact. You see, Abe Lincoln once said, if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. This powerful quote continues to resonate within me today, and I'm sure with you and everyone that reads it or hears it, because it speaks an undeniable, valuable truth that true achievement demands unwavering dedication and building the foundation of the basics. So what did Honest Abe mean by sharpening his axe? He meant that time spent in preparation is never wasted. I share this story not just as a personal anecdote or cute little inspirational story. I share it to unpack some crucial lessons to you, that rejection and setbacks are part of the journey, that failure is the pathway to purpose. If you were harboring a dream deep within you, a God-given dream, pursue it relentlessly. However, don't squander your waiting time. Rejection and hardships shouldn't deter you. They should fuel your dedication. Talent alone is fleeting. It's hard work, dedication, and persistence that propels us forward. You see, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So I want to encourage you today with these 4 key lessons we can pull from this story. Lesson 1 being pursue your dreams. If you have a dream that won't let go, pursue it. But remember, don't waste your waiting time. Sharpen your dreams and your desires in your heart didn't just get there overnight. And you've probably seen people that are overnight successes. You want to know how they got to be an overnight success? They spent a decade. They spent 10,000 hours to get there. See, I believe that we have all been created to be creative. We've all been given a unique genius that it's our responsibility to cultivate and craft it and develop it. Your obedience will lead to the miracles and breakthroughs of others. There's greatness inside of you. Remember that. So if you've got that dream, pursue it. And then lesson 2 is failure is a pathway to your purpose. This is how and why you must overcome rejection. You see, yes lives in the land of no. Rejection is a detour, not a dead end. Talent alone won't take you far. It's the hard work, the dedication, the persistence that leads to true success. The word no is an acronym for next one. You are one yes away from your life completely changing, but you must remember that yes lives in the land of no's, that failure and rejection are the stepping stones to your destiny. What if the opposition you're currently facing isn't a sign that you're in the wrong path, but a sign that you were heading in the right direction? You are right where you need to be right now. Rejection is not a signal to abandon ship. It's a redirection. When doors seem to close, it's an opportunity to knock on another one. The journey of success is marked by numerous no's, but each no brings you one step closer to the yes that matters most. Talent may open doors, but it's your dedication, your hard work, and resilience that will keep them open. Embrace rejection as a refining process. You are closer than you think, friend. You are closer than you think. Don't you dare quit now. Don't you dare quit now. Lesson 3 is capitalize on your waiting time. Effective routines are key. As Ben Frank said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So what are you failing to plan right now? Your preparation time is your foundation. You see, as now being a father of 2, I understand that it was the routines that I established in my single years that are propelling me in my future now. Because I understand time management. I understand that I have to sacrifice getting up early to have the time to do the things that I need to do. Waiting time is not idle time. It is an investment in your future. Establish effective routines is not just about discipline. It's about crafting the red print, the roadmap to your success. Ben Frank's wisdom echoes through time. Planning is the key to overcoming challenges. Your routine, whether it's like me practicing drums or honing my communication skills with years of making a podcast and recording video, or pursuing a passion, this is the chisel that sharpens and shapes your success. It's not just about getting through today, it's about preparing for the reality of tomorrow. And then my final lesson for you is, who is sharpening and shaping you? I picture our lives like being in a forge with a blacksmith. Now, if you don't know who or what a blacksmith is, back in the medieval times, and I think even now today, handcrafted weapons and tools were created by a blacksmith. And it was under intense, high pressure and high heat, and a sharpening and a banging of iron against iron that produced these weapons and these tools that were used to conquer kingdoms and to build the empires and kingdoms we see today. And just like the verse, iron sharpens iron, it means that you need those types of relationships in your life. You need those people, you need those friends, those brothers, those coaches and mentors that are going to see your potential and call it out of you. They're going to be like Michelangelo with the David sculpture. They're going to see a huge block of marble, and inside of it, they're going to see David. Just like I can look at someone and I can see the potential inside of you, and I can do my best to call it out and elicit you to understand and think for yourself and make the necessary pivots and moves to get you to step into becoming who God has created you to be. Now, I share all these lessons not just as principles, but as lived experience. The drumbeat of pursuing dreams, the rhythm of rest and work, to overcoming rejection and capitalizing on the waiting time has orchestrated my entire journey. If the axe is dull and one does not sharpen the edge, then he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. Ecclesiastes 10. Every moment of preparation, every setback, every job you might have hated is all preparation. Every job that you might consider menial and mundane contributes to your journey. None of it is wasted time. I can remember bussing tables and mopping floors and selling cars and detailing cars. None of it is wasted. I can remember editing videos. I can remember editing audiobooks. None of it is wasted, friend. Your next is connected to your now. We must stay sharp, constantly applying friction to refine our skills. Iron sharpens iron. Surround yourself with those who challenge and sharpen you. Waiting for your battle to get your weapons ready is the biggest mistake. Prepare today for the victories tomorrow. A sharpened axe cuts straight to the point, wasting no time. Don't neglect your preparation or your waiting season. Where you're at right now. Your next is connected to your now. If you feel weary, remember, if it's not good, if you're not dead, then God is not done. Your best days are ahead of you, not behind you. Sharpen your axe and win your battle. As we close today's video, I invite you to hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, because just like this story has impacted me, I know that it's going to impact you, and I know that you have someone in your life that it can also impact. Let's rally around each other together. Let's iron sharpen iron. Let's build each other up. Let's help each other become as sharp and as tapped into our purpose as we can. And with that said, I love you, friend. I'm praying for you. Now let's go live better than best as we conquer this week.